One. Good morning. Welcome to the High Five. It is the last day of January as we record this. It is the doldrums of winter, but we are getting revved up. Things are getting exciting. We're seeing February and March and April. We're starting to think long term. We're starting to see the deals roll in, and well, I'm excited to see Brian Linke and Danny Shard and see what they're thinking about all these payments things. And we're going to talk a little bit about virtual community and using mypapertech.com. But first, let me bring up the sexiest men in payments on the far left hand side. The man who lives in Glenwood Springs, Colorado, has, I'm going to guess, a good little bit of snow on the ground. And have you been on the slopes this year? I haven't heard you mention being out on the slopes. You been on the slopes this year yet, Danny?
I have. It's been really nice. I've got the flannel on today because it was a little chilly this morning. We haven't gotten snow in a while though. We got a ton of snow, a few weeks ago, and then it's held over until now. But we're supposed to get some this week, so we'll see. But snow on the slopes is great.
Well, those on our East Coast friends, those who got the big nor'easter that flew, I saw a couple pictures on Instagram of 18, 20 inches of snow dumped on the Northeast and the New England area. That looks a lot of fun. I don't think there's that much snow, but I think you guys probably still have some ground cover up there in Warsaw, Indiana, right, Brian Linke?
Absolutely. There's snow here.
Yeah.
And there's starting tomorrow night. I think we're supposed to get at least 2 feet. That's what they're saying, which it's not going to be two
Whoa!
feet. Yeah, it's supposed to be like everything's coming to a halt, like the grocery stores and everything. People are just getting what they can get because I don't think anybody's moving for a few days.
That's what I've heard. And like I was looking at that, they already put out the advisory for Wednesday, and I'm 2 hours south, and we're in the ice range, which actually to me, I don't want 2 feet of snow, but I also don't want a half an inch or an inch of ice where that electricity has a chance of going out and all the pain that is. So we'll see. Could be an interesting week, but we're ready. Reminds me that I should probably hit the grocery store today too. I haven't done that
Absolutely.
because I have very little food in the house. So thank you,
There'll
Brian.
be
That's
no
what
bread, no milk.
yeah.
I mean, it's like Armageddon in Indiana, right? Whenever you
Try
get
try
that
try,
amount of
try to
weather.
find try to find batteries.
Exactly. I have batteries and I have all my little chargers, but I do need to get some food in the house. We're going to be talking about My Paper Tech today, and one of the things I wanted to do was talk about how you use My Paper Tech and how you use the internet and virtual families to help you understand that you're not by yourself. We is greater than me, the continued things, but we've put a resource together that we're always continuing to improve called mypapertech.com. And I was thinking back, Danny, to when we started together here at Paper Tech, and I can't even remember. I couldn't even remember what was the name. We had a back office of documents and stuff that was like a list of documents. It was I don't even remember what it
It
was.
was my PPT office.
Was that what it is? And it
That's what it
was
was called.
it
Yeah.
was
Terrible.
it was scary to find things. We've come a long way. We're not perfect. We have a long way to go. But My Paper Tech has become a resource that's easy to get to for our partners to be able to find a lot of things if they know how to use it, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, we keep adding to it, like you're saying. I mean, we like to put, anything like our promotions or any new features. Like, if you haven't checked out My Paper Tech in a while, jump in there and play around with the new analysis tool that was created, right? So you've got Edge, you've got Flat Rate, and we're going to continue expanding on that. But then, some stuff we keep in there for a while. So Nate, you're starting to do some cleanup on some outdated stuff, but it's really just a plethora of information. And the way I explain it to new partners and existing partners is it's more of an informational and marketing portal, right? You've got training videos, information on all the POS systems, new, old, anything you want to find. You can even search for it, which is a really cool feature, Nate, that you and Josh set up. So it's got a ton of information, and I think it's a tool. If you're not using it, you need to jump in there and play around.
Well, one of the first points I was making is one of the first things if you're thinking, what have I missed? You can certainly reach out to your relationship manager, build that relationship with them, talk emails to partners at PaperTech, go search for your emails for missed emails. But one of the first things you can do is jump in and see what's on the cover of My PaperTech. This is a screenshot of what it looks like this morning and what things are important. And you can tell I took a screenshot with it scrolled down a little bit. But up above it is 6POS is one of the things it's highlighting. Later this week, it'll be specifically on ChargeZoom. Brian, how often do you encourage partners, because you do it all the time over here, to go over to mypapertech.com? And how many times could the answer to the question be, just go to mypapertech.com? You'll get that information a lot faster than trying to track me down.
Well, okay. The simple answer is like all the time. And I know Danny doesn't use it nearly as much as I do as a recruiting tool because he's so much more knowledgeable than I am. But if I get a guy on the phone and this is like a new prospect, a new hopefully partner, and we get on there together. And if you're not using it, I mean, it's because before, and Danny's gonna laugh at this, but like the email that we send out to partners, welcome to Paper Tech, blah blah. It's got there's two links on there. The first link is a partner agreement, which is, I don't know, 100 pages long, and you have to make sure you initial each one and print it out and scan it and email it back. And now we have DocuSign for that. So, but it's still on there. And then the second link is the Paper Tech handbook, which was at one time it was the only thing that we had. You go through it and you read about each thing, about what we do, different terminals, different point of sale systems, different gateways that we use, and it was all on there. Well, now to me, that's even almost, I think we're going to, I don't know, I think we'll probably leave it on there, but it's almost an antiquated thing now that we've got mypapertech.com, because again, this is something that if you're one of the partners that are listening or coming on board, if you get on this and just start clicking around, and everyone's an adult here, everyone can watch a video, everyone can read an analysis on there, and it's just something that it helps people like myself who learn from it every single day. And if you haven't gotten on there, you need to start.
Well, and one of the things we're trying to do is help you understand that it's their first place. Like there's a difference between Payments Hub, where I'll have Danny explain that here in a second, and MyPaperTech. But if you go to MyPaperTech, you can get to Payments Hub and log in there. And MyPaperTech, we used to make you have a username and a password, and it was a different set of stuff. And that was one of the things I was like, look, just make it so simple. We're not trying to hide anything from the world. We use it as a recruiting tool, as Brian says, but make it easy to get into, and then you can get to Payments Hub. Danny, what is the difference between Payments Hub and MyPaperTech?
Yes, I mean, MyPaperTech is going to have anything that you need constantly updated. Payments Hub is really going to be your portal for everything related to your portfolio, right? From merchant submissions, online application processes. Now, there is some marketing material in there on Pay Anywhere products and things like that, but you're not going to find detailed information on our POS systems. You're not going to find like the interactive analysis tool that we've got. You're not going to find all the videos with Mike and Jenny on the Payments Hub. So really, the Payments Hub portal is just going to be your portfolio tool to continue to manage your portfolio, submit new deals, see residual payments, all the good stuff of what you're doing to submit business. And the MyPaperTech tool is going to be everything that you need to submit that business.
And I think we're trying to make it as simple and easy to do that. And you can even find videos on how those two things interact on MyPaperTech. But one of the other things that I think we a lot of times want to do, you can watch videos, but you can also, try to find up old episodes of the High Five with Danny and more, and get those links. I mean, there's a lot of content. Think about this. We've been doing this now coming up on the 1st of April, or we will, I think it's the last week of March. Have been doing the High Five for 2 years, gentlemen. Can you guess how many episodes we put out there in the system?
Seems like only yesterday, Nate.
I know, it does seem. How many episodes do you think it is?
It seems like only yesterday when we were COVIDed, in my basement doing. I'll tell you a funny story. According to with the High Five, on Christmas Day, my entire family was at my house, and before we opened presents, one of the requirements, because I'm Santa Claus every year, before any presents were opened, every one of my family had to watch an episode of the High Five, at least one.
Wow. That's how we get our numbers up around here. Brian's requiring
Absolutely.
No presents around here. Brutal. I know.
Hey, it's a tough gig over at the Linky House.
It is. You got to work hard to get it. I was looking at it this morning. This is not an exact count, but when we started doing this, we were doing it daily. But we've had over 200 episodes of the High Five because we now do it weekly. We were doing 2 a week for a while. We kind of go through over 200 episodes. That's a lot of episodes, ladies and gentlemen.
It's definitely a lot of episodes, but it's again, like and the videos on there are something that there's a lot of guys that struggle to read, a lot. like myself. But the videos that we have on there, and I joke with the guys that get on there with me. When you first start looking at it, I mean, some of the videos, Matt Hoskins is on there for 41 minutes, which is 41 minutes. I every time I try to watch it, I fall asleep. But no, he has a lot of really good things to say about the company, and he's obviously he's our leader, but most of the videos after you get through like the beginning, right, Dan, I think like there's one like 30 minutes, 40, but most of them we've kind of whittled down to, because we know that most salespeople have trouble staying awake for more than 2 or 3 minutes. So a lot of those videos are 2 to 3, 4, 5 minutes long, and they're easy to watch. And if you're not doing it, if you're not getting on there watching a couple of them, in the morning when you're eating breakfast or whatever, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because it's something that and again, I don't know what the competition has out there, but I have a hard time believing that it's anything even close to this good.
I agree totally, Brian. It's with the My Paper Tech and really with the High Five, I'm surprised that it's 200 episodes. I mean, one episode a week, but then I knew we threw a few more in there. I mean, that's time flies when you're having fun, right? But
well, we were going every day there for a while. Believe me, Nate Manningham was a slave driver.
I think we're gonna need like a High Five recap, right? Because we've gone through a few maybe like a bloopers or something like that too. I think we need a little bit of that. But we've gone through a few different the onboarding songs, right? What do you call it? The
intro songs. Yep.
The intros. We've gone through a few different intros. Brian Linke and his crazy outfit changes, and I mean, how many different hats has he worn on this thing? Right? There's been just a ton has gone on this last few years, and yeah, like Brian said, a few of them were really long, and we touched on a lot of different topics, right? From sports to family stuff and personal things to payment space and different approaches to sales. We've tried to dwindle it down to really keeping it where we're talking about tools and resources and things that you can use to be a better salesperson with PaperTech without making you listen to us for 45 minutes. But the High Five's come a long way, and I'm going to keep doing it. So that's cool.
We do. All right, let me bring up one last thing about My Paper keeping this short today. If you are on mypapertech.com, you can see some of the things we're highlighting and getting your customized edge. But if you click in that upper right-hand, or excuse me, not right, left-hand corner and click the menu button, I think a lot of people don't know this, you're going to see all the different tags that are used for things that are in there, even all the resources, and you can see which things have the newest information, because if we updated something, it has that little new tag on it. Just makes it really easy for you to be able to jump in anything. And also make sure on the top of every screen when you're in the mypapertech.com is a search button. If you're not finding something, you make sure you jump over there and search and just click enter, because it'll jump and it'll help you find something, and all the resources that may have that name or something in the title or description that may help connect to what you're looking for. And what we're really looking for is to make it as easy as we possibly can. So if you have ideas or thoughts or things that we should be adding to PaperTech, we have a lot of dreams and things we want to do. But at the end of the world, you are not just by the people that you're on the phone with. You're not just the people that you're, rubbing elbows with or maybe in the same town with, but you're also a virtual community of My Papertech and the greater payments world. And we want to make sure you're connecting with that. Next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about how to connect digitally with people around the world, whether it's through Facebook groups or other ways, to make sure that you're seeing how it works and how people are growing their payments business. As we close up, it's the last day of January. I think 2022 for me starts tomorrow. I'm excited to get going because I feel like January was just a false start, but I'm going at it. We're ready. It's ready to start. What do you guys say on this last day as we come in here and we get going and get ready for this, 2022? Let's get it going. Brian Linke, what say you?
The thing is about sales, you can have a bad day, right? I mean, you can have a couple of bad days, but next thing, the thing that I love about it is the fact that, you don't feel well, you're tired, whatever, but, next day is a new day. So, I mean, tomorrow is a new month, and, you get yourself motivated and, go hard. And I think we've got some good things coming up with our March Madness promotions, and so keep your eye out for that. But again, sales is a thing where you can have just like in sports, you can have a bad game, but you know what? You need to pick yourself up and have a good one the next time.
Well, Brian already letting the cat out of the bag that we might be doing a March Madness. You never know what's going around here. But Danny Shard, I want you this Thursday at 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific time, and find your time zone in there, whether you're in Alaska, Hawaii, or anywhere else in between. We're going to be doing how to be a B2B ninja using ChargeZoom to grow your portfolio. How exciting is this that we're really getting some really helpful resources that are easy to use for the B2B world?
It's huge. I'm super excited about it. We've been talking about going after this vertical for a long time. Nate and I mean, we've mentioned it. We've hinted it on this. And we've done a few things offline directly with partners to help them go after B2B opportunities, right? But we're just trying to scale this and push it out there to the masses. I'm really excited about ChargeZoom and everything that represents, and how the goal is to make it easy for you to go after the B2B vertical and approach those merchants with knowledgeable content and a solution that's going to work really well for them. So I'm excited about it. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy that January is already over. This is the last day of the month. I know in some ways it felt kind of like a whiff because it was just an interesting start to the year, right? But all of you salespersons keep us busy. It ended up being a really successful January, and February is happening right now, and you never know what's going to come up, right? Promotions, things like that. PaperTech's done a lot of crazy things in the past, so we'll see what lies ahead.
All right. On behalf of Brian, Danny, myself, thank you for watching the High Five. We're so thankful for that. A reminder, how to become a B2B ninja this Thursday. Make sure you sign up. If you watched us through the email, look for the email that came in. You can sign up, make sure you get the link to the Zoom. If you are watching this just on YouTube because it got pushed to you on YouTube, then go and find that link, or you can email me at nmanhan@papertech.com and I'll send you that link. But look for that email. It's right there. Click to sign up this Thursday. You don't want to miss it. It's a great opportunity. ChargeZoom is one of the best softwares for getting your foot in the door in the B2B world. And on that, everybody, we say high five, everybody. Have a great week.
February, let's go.
Let's go.